Hi, and welcome. It's the John Morris Show on a Monday, Friday. What day is it? It is Friday. We are in Las Vegas with Baylor men's basketball, playing in the college basketball crown. The Bears, day off today, another day off today. Yesterday was. They'll get a practice on the floor in the T-Mobile Center coming up this afternoon, and then play tomorrow against Oklahoma, an old Big 12 reunited rivalry tomorrow. That would be the first semifinal. Last night's action, there were two other quarterfinal games, and West Virginia went overtime. They won over Stanford 82-77 in overtime last night. Then the nightcap, Creighton beat Rutgers 82-69. So the four teams remaining, and the matchups tomorrow will be Baylor versus Oklahoma, West Virginia versus Creighton. The two winners there advance to the championship game on Sunday here in Las Vegas. Talk about all that coming up. John Morris Show brought to you by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Glad you're with us on this Friday morning. I changed up the look just a little. I had the thought again of trying to set up on the balcony so you can see the view there and see out toward the strip. But as you can see behind me, it's still pretty bright out there, so it didn't work. But a little bit of a different look at this morning. Our final show from Las Vegas. Well, I say that if Baylor plays in the championship game on Sunday, and I fully expect us to be there, those of us on the commercial leg of this, the team is on a 30-seat charter. There are 14 of us that are on a commercial flight, and we couldn't get out till Monday morning. So I could be here Monday morning with you. I was talking to Brandon before we came on the air. It feels like we've been here a month. You know, we came in Monday and played on Wednesday, and here it is Friday. And so we've been here all week, 5 days already, and we played one game. So two coming up, hopefully two more coming up Saturday and Sunday from here in Las Vegas. We'll talk about the matchup with Oklahoma coming up in a bit with Kevin Henry, our old friend, our good friend, good longtime friend, not old at all, but Kevin played basketball at Baylor, worked in the Baylor athletic department, worked around Waco, then got the job in Norman, works for Oklahoma, and is their color analyst along with Toby Rowland on the Oklahoma broadcast. So we'll catch up with Kevin Henry, who is somewhere in this same hotel. I think he said he's on the 46th floor of the hotel. I'm on floor 17. So we'll visit with Kevin Henry coming up in a bit, get a preview of the matchup, Baylor versus OU, which comes up tomorrow, 12:30 Central Time for the Bears and the Sooners. And then bottom of the hour, we'll catch up with our man Ty Atteberry, somewhere out in the Atlantic, former Baylor punter who is on this transatlantic cruise. When I say cruise, that's not fair because it's not Love Boat. I mean, it's he and his three shipmates who are sailing a boat up toward the British Virgin Islands. So we'll check in with Ty Atteberry. We were texting with him yesterday. I was confirming, he'd be okay for the interview. And he said, yeah, what time is it there? Because he's out, literally in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean right now. That's where he is. Today is day 15 for him. And remember when he set sail, we had him on 2 weeks ago today. And he didn't know what time it was. He didn't know what time zone he was in. So he kind of, he asked us, what time is it there? Okay, I know where we are. We must have passed another time zone. So we'll visit with Ty Atteberry about that sail across the Atlantic. Pretty cool pictures he sent to us. There's one that will show you some video, in fact, where the front of the boat is a sunrise and a sunset. And then he pans around to the back of the boat and the moon is coming up behind them. So some pretty cool video. Another one he sent to us showed, and he talked about this maybe last week, shows the maritime activity out in that part of the ocean. And there's like these hundreds, thousands of boats, of markers of boats out there. And he said, yeah, we've seen one boat in the last week. So it really speaks to the vastness of the ocean, that map shows how many there are out there, and he's seen one. I mean, they have passed one boat over the last week. So we'll check in with Ty Atteberry, former Baylor punter. He's on the Waymaker, making his way toward the British Virgin Islands, and make sure everything's okay there. Weather, we said, how's the weather been? He said it's been really, really, really good. So that'll be fun to check in with Ty again this morning. All right, the NCAA Final Four comes up this weekend. The two semifinal games from Indianapolis, those are on Saturday, and then the championship game comes up on Monday. Big 12 represented by Arizona. There were media news conferences yesterday. Arizona is matched up against Michigan in the second semifinal on Saturday. First game is Illinois versus UConn. So I think it's going to be two terrific games. And the Big 12 is there. The Big 10 represented with two schools, and then UConn is the other one. But Arizona there representing the Big 12 regular season, Big 12 champs, Big 12 tournament champs in the Arizona Wildcats. Tommy Lloyd, their head coach, met with the media yesterday. One interesting question that he was asked was, it was from a reporter, I can't remember his name, with the Indianapolis Star, and he was going for the angle of Indianapolis hosting the Final Four again. The last time they did that, 2021, we were there with Baylor, and Baylor came home with the big trophy. So that was the last time it was in Indianapolis. And Tommy Lloyd was there. He was an assistant on Mark Few's staff at Gonzaga. He was an assistant there for 20 years before getting the head coaching job 5 years ago at Arizona. So the question by the Indianapolis Star reporter was, how are things different this go around? What do you remember about that first time you were here or the last time you were here? Remember, that was during COVID, and all the teams were on lockdown. You know, they were quarantined. So and it wasn't a full stadium. It was about half capacity for those games that year, that Final Four, because of COVID. So he was asked, how are things different? What do you remember about the last time you were here in Indianapolis for the Final Four?
It's very different. I mean, the third, I can't remember my room number, but it was on the third floor of the Marriott, and we were there for about a month. Yeah, you didn't leave the hotel. And it was really interesting at first. I mean, all the teams in the tournament were in basically this run of hotels right here. And, we were kind of all connected, and so we were kind of all, I guess, whatever, quarantined or whatever you want to call it, together. So it was really cool to be in close proximity. There may or may not have been a lounge that was created by the coaches that they all hung out at night together, which was really cool. You noticed you went in there and you built some relationships with coaches, and then it was almost like being on one of these reality shows. And the next day, Coach X would be gone. He would have been sent off the island, and you're like, man, I'm sad they lost. We don't get to hang out tonight. So definitely a different experience. And so now, it's just kind of the monster of the Arizona fan base and our traveling crew that just are hanging out together. But definitely a different experience. But I look back at that 2021 experience with fond memories. And the NCAA and the city of Indianapolis did an amazing job pulling off the NCAA tournament at a time when we needed that type of thing, and just the game of basketball, but for our entire country, just to be able to celebrate together.
So Tommy Lloyd reminiscing a little bit about the last time he was at a Final Four, and it was in Indianapolis. That was 5 years ago, 2021. And just hearing him talk about that brings up so many memories about the team being in the bubble. All the teams there were there in the bubble. And remember, Indianapolis, they staged the entire tournament there. It wasn't, first and second round sites and regional sites, and then you get to the Final Four. Everything was there in Indianapolis. And you think about that is a major, major undertaking. And they did it so well. They played at several arenas. Lucas Oil Stadium, Gamebridge Fieldhouse where the Pacers play, Hinkle Fieldhouse, Butler's historic home court where Baylor played a game and beat Villanova up there. And then there was one more. I think they played some games at Purdue maybe, which is in West Lafayette. But all the games in the tournament were played in and around Indianapolis. And what a time, you think back on those COVID times and the team being in the bubble from the time they left Kansas City in the Big 12 tournament, came straight to Indianapolis. We didn't have any contact. When he said it was a month, it was 31 days that they were in the bubble. If you made it to the championship game, which Baylor did, those guys, and there were 34 of them with the team and the traveling party. Pat and I were not a part of that, which was sort of good news, bad news when you look back on it. Had we been with the team, we would have been able to, really experience everything they were going through in the bubble in that hotel. I can see that Marriott where Baylor stayed. But outside the bubble, Pat and I were there. We did the broadcast from up at a mid-level, not courtside, and we got to do some things, get out and go around Indianapolis, pretty much as we pleased. And our families were there, so we were with them. So, pluses and minuses of not being in the bubble. But I think you heard Tommy Lloyd talk about the coaches' lounge that they set up. I remember Coach Drew played pickleball with Mark Few quite a bit, maybe with some other coaches. But Coach Drew just did a marvelous job that year of making it a positive, instead of being in the bubble and, oh man, we're stuck in this bubble and we, can't wait to get out. Well, Coach Drew made it a positive, and I think that's part of the reason Baylor won the national championship. They handled that so well and, just bonded completely. Think about those guys, how much time they spent together. And that was a big part of Baylor's success, was they handled the bubble better than other schools, and Coach Drew and his staff, a huge part of that, of making it a positive. So not to say anything bad against any other teams or any other coaches, but that is Coach Drew in a nutshell, to make it positive and make the best of that situation, and they did. So good memory there when you think about the last time the Final Four was in Indianapolis. Baylor came home with the national championship. What's today, the 3rd? We're coming up on the anniversary of that. April 5th, which is this Sunday, is the 5-year anniversary of that night when Baylor won the national championship. Only regret about the COVID part of that was it couldn't be a full stadium. There were so many Baylor fans that flooded Indianapolis, as you can imagine. But there'd been that many more had it been open to a full stadium inside Lucas Oil Stadium. But great memory there as you think back. Remember, Baylor beat Gonzaga for the national championship. Gonzaga was undefeated, ranked number 1 all season, and their one and only loss that year was to Baylor in the national championship game. Good memories as the Final Four rolls around in Indianapolis. Again, the games tomorrow, the semifinals tomorrow. First game is UConn. Second game is Arizona and Michigan coming up tomorrow. UConn and Illinois is the first game. So fun to watch there as we are in Las Vegas, way away from Indianapolis. But the Crown tournament here sort of created to give Fox Sports some television college basketball inventory at the time of the Final Four. Baylor will take on Oklahoma coming up tomorrow. Let's talk about that matchup. Kevin Henry is in the waiting room. We'll visit with him coming up next. Color analyst for Oklahoma basketball. Really good man, has some Baylor ties. We'll visit with Kevin coming up. Stay with us. John Morris Show on a Friday from Las Vegas. Brought to you by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing.
Hey, it's Zach Gelb. We're talking NFL and college football, plus we have some of the biggest interviews in sports media. You got to check out the Zach Gelb Show right here on 365 Sports, weekdays, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 3 p.m. Central. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/@ZachGelbShow.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
The reason that their service is outstanding is because the people they have working, behind the desk and the folks working in the garage, taking care of business. And they give you a date, they give you a time, and they're spot on. And they're professional, they take care of it, and they answer all your questions, and they're fun to work with.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Are you looking for top-shelf sports talk about the West Virginia Mountaineers, where you can get objective analysis, but with the passion of a fan? Well, look no further than right here at Couz's Corner. I am Justin Couz Walker, the host of Couz's Corner, and you can find my show on demand over at YouTube. Most shows are uploaded by 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also check out my live post-game reaction shows. My special guest interviews, you can find it all on YouTube at Couz's Corner. Go check it out.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people, from first accounts to business growth. They actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back, John Morris Show on a Friday. Glad you're with us from Las Vegas here for the College Basketball Crown Tournament. We are brought to you by the Brazos Landing, where I-35 and the Brazos River meet. A great location right across the river from Foster Pavilion, right across the interstate from McLean Stadium. You'll love their menu, terrific $12 lunch menu, expanded menu for dinner. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Now, Easter weekend, you may want to have reservations. So I would suggest reservations there anytime for this weekend. Call 254-753-2778, and they will fix you up. Tell Claude and Becky Lindsay we sent you by, and you'll appreciate what they have to offer at the Brazos Landing in Waco, where I-35 and the Brazos River meet. Let's welcome in a man who's probably been to the Brazos Landing a time or two during his time in Waco. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. This is Kevin Henry, former Baylor player and now color analyst for the Oklahoma Sooners. Baylor and OU meet in a semifinal coming up tomorrow here in Las Vegas. Man, it's good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning.
Yeah, of course, John. Happy to be here.
Appreciate it. Thanks very much. You know what I'm talking about, the Brazos Landing, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Becky and Claude and Ryan's spot. Yeah, for sure.
That is it. Good deal. Well, isn't it fun that Baylor and Oklahoma get to meet? We did this pretty regularly. Now it's going to be either non-conference or postseason like this. I'm looking forward to the matchup tomorrow. How about you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I miss coming down to see everybody there in Waco and seeing you guys, and obviously playing Baylor. I mean, I think Baylor's probably the second most team that I follow, aside from the Sooners. So I've watched a ton of their game, you guys' game, and just, I'm happy to get a chance to, see you, get a chance to see you the other day before our game, or during our game before y'all's game, and then get a chance to play you guys. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, very much so. How Oklahoma, the first team out of the NCAA tournament, that's tough, man, to know that you're that close. I think y'all finished with a really good streak at the end of the season, and we're right there. How tough was that to get over and move forward from?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, especially since the guys did such a good job this year down the stretch. When you have to pick yourself up off the mat like we did, I mean, just, the conference is so hard. SEC's so tough, so many good teams. But you hit a rough patch in the schedule, and then, you climb out of that hole that you got yourself dug into. It was inspiring. It really was, to watch the guys play well down the stretch. And we thought we might have done enough. It was close. I mean, we won a couple games in the SEC tournament. And then we got Arkansas, Arkansas terrific, a really good team. But lost to them by 3 in that game. I thought, we probably would have gotten in had we won that one, but who knows? But this hasn't been like the second or third time we've been the first team out with Porter Moser here as our coach. And so it's been tough for the guys, but we're glad to have a chance to continue playing. And, I was hoping this group would have a chance to, play postseason like this. Didn't know we'd be in Vegas. Didn't know we'd be playing in April like this, but it's awesome, man. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So from that disappointment, was it tough to get back up, get back on your feet and get ready to play in this tournament?
I think the guys got, about a week off. So it's always good to give them some time off and step away. And then you come back, and then you got another almost 2 weeks to, prepare. And so we had, 10 days to prepare for Colorado, who we played in the first round of this tournament here. And, took overtime to beat them, and sometimes you think, hey, you got a bunch of days to prepare, the guys are going to know a lot about it. But, the thing about basketball and college basketball these days is, coaches make great adjustments, and Colorado made some really good adjustments. Offensively, they kind of switched their lineup up, and they were missing some guys. And so when you never know who's going to play at this point, some kids opt out and that sort of thing. But they did a good job offensively fixing up their offense, but then defensively, they did a good job on us. And so it was a fight for a game, but the Sooners were able to pull it out. We were able to, pull it out there in overtime. And so made enough plays, made enough stops. You could see the rust. You could see the rust on the guys. Didn't make shots, didn't shoot it well. I thought, Nigel Pack and Xavier Brown, our 2 guards, are terrific, man. They've been good all season long, both of them averaging over 15 points a game. But to not shoot the ball well in the first half dug us a little bit of a hole. But we were able to fight and claw out of it. Got the lead in the second half, and Hargress there. I mean, he's got a tournament record 31 points. He was awesome. I mean, he did everything for them. He hit a big layup with about a second left in the game, and went to overtime anyway. We were able to pull it out, so it was great. But I'm happy to see the guys continue to fight and get the win.
Yeah, and you guys, you had you had a full buy-in, right? Everybody's here that could be here. I mean, you got one guy that's injured, but other than that, you got everybody playing.
Yeah, we do. Dayton Forsythe's a guy that he had some ankle injuries this year, had 2 of them, 2 bad ankle sprains. And so he opted for surgery. And so I think when his thought process was, if I can get this done now, then it'll save me, 3 weeks to a month or however long they've been, we've been playing here. That'll save him on the back end of that. But yeah, he decided to go ahead and do the surgery, which probably was a smart thing to do. But we for sure miss him. He's another ball handler, another scorer, and just a gritty guy for us that plays really hard, good defense. So the guys are listening.
Well, looking forward to it. 12:30 tip-off tomorrow, Central Time, for Baylor and Oklahoma. Are you used to this Pacific time yet this week?
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind going. We travel around and it's fine. I don't mind coming out here. What a fun place to come, man. Vegas is so cool, and playing at New Mexico before I transferred to Baylor, we come out here and play UNLV or a conference game every year. And then the WAC tournament or the Mountain West Conference tournament was always in Vegas. And so we came out here a ton growing up, and every AAU basketball tournament back in the day was out here. So we were out here 3 or 4 times a year, it felt like. But then you go a stretch of not coming out here, and then you come back out and just see how much it's grown and changed and stuff like that. It's a really cool city.
Yeah, very cool. Well, it's great to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. Got you up early for this, but thank you very much for that. And we'll see you at the T-Mobile Center tomorrow, if not before.
Sounds good, John. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Kevin Henry, former Baylor basketball standout and now the color analyst for the Oklahoma Sooners. Been doing that for a long time, and it really is fun when we get to cross paths with those guys again, because they were part of our group, in the Big 12, and then Oklahoma and Texas left, and we just don't see them anymore, So it's really good to catch up with Kevin and with Toby Rowland, who does the play-by-play. All right, thanks to him. The game's tomorrow, 12:30 Central Time for Baylor versus Oklahoma. We'll be on the air at noon on the Baylor Sports Media Network, 12:30 tip-off. Games now, the 2 semifinals tomorrow, and the championship on Sunday will be on Fox Television. So that's where you'll find things TV-wise. We are brought to you in part by Alliance Bank. Alliance Bank Central Texas is Central Texas Business Bank, voted by Forbes 2025 Best in-State Banks. They value their relationships with their customers and with their communities. They've got 7 convenient locations around Central Texas, and they're on the web, alliancebanktexas.com. Thanks to all the good folks at Alliance Bank Central Texas. We're also brought to you by Kish's Complete Car Care Center. They're at 5300 Franklin Avenue. They've been taking care of your vehicles around Waco since 1998. Voted #1 auto shop year after year. They're open right now, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They're open Monday through Friday. That is Kish's Complete Car Care Center, 5300 Franklin Avenue in Waco. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back from somewhere out in the Atlantic, we'll be joined by Ty Atteberry, get an update on his trip across the Atlantic. Stay with us. John Morris Show live from Las Vegas. We'll continue after this.
The reason that their service is outstanding because the people they have working, behind the desk and the folks working out in the garage, taking care of business. And they give you a date, they give you a time, and they're spot on. And they're professional, they take care of it, and they answer all your questions, and they're fun to work with.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports,
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Looking for football talk without the fluff? It's Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell, a former NFL quarterback breaking down the game from the inside, plus real conversations about sports, leadership, life, and everything in between. No hot takes for clicks, just honest analysis, strong opinions, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. Football talk and more, the way it's supposed to be. Subscribe now to Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on YouTube.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back, John Morris Show on this Friday morning from Las Vegas. Good Friday it is. Let's all stop and remember what this weekend is all about in our lives and hopefully yours as well. It is a special weekend with Good Friday today and Easter Sunday coming up on Sunday, and just very, very meaningful. And I hope that is the case with you and your family and your life as well. We are brought to you by Waco Foundation Repair. That is David Maddox, locally owned and operated. Waco Foundation Repair believes in one principle, one family helping another. They provide a full range of foundation repairs. They don't just do it, they do it right. That is WacoFoundationRepair.com. Thanks to David Maddox. All right, it's been fun to continue to check in with Ty Atteberry, former Baylor punter out in the Atlantic. 2 weeks in, I guess today is day 15, sailing across the Atlantic. And look at that shot, man. That looks great. Good morning to you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good. I say good morning. So I'm in the Pacific time zone. You're what?
On
From
the other
here,
side
you're
of the
probably
world.
7 hours ahead of us, right?
Yeah, about 7 hours.
That is great. Looks like a great day going there. I asked you yesterday, has weather been good? You said great. Yeah, you almost need some rain to clear the deck of the boat.
Yeah, we're hoping for some rain to wash the salt off the boat. So we thought we were going to get some yesterday, but yeah, we weren't lucky. So it's been perfectly sunny.
Oh, how about that? That is great. So 2 weeks in, you're close to the midway point, right? You're not quite midway in your total journey.
Yeah, we're about, we're just a little bit less than halfway there at this point. Yep.
Good deal. And funny story, and you sent us some pictures we'll share with everyone. You fell asleep at one point with the sails, in the sails where they're down, and the captain couldn't find you.
Yeah, it wasn't a good April Fool's joke. I learned the hard way. You want to over communicate on the boat. No, there's a place that holds the mainsail that's on the boom, and it's a place my kids would love to go whenever we were on charter, and they'd go up there and sleep and hang out and just have fun. And I climbed up there the other day just checking it out, and it was perfect. It was a perfect day, and I just fell asleep. I had my headphones in and just dozed off and woke up to the captain yelling for everybody, "Where's Ty? Where's Ty?"
Oh,
He
no.
thought I'd fallen overboard.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was it was funny. We can laugh about it now, but at the time he was pretty stressed out.
I bet that's right. Well, let's share with everyone first some video that you sent to us, and it's amazing. You know, the pictures and the video that you have out there. The red sky. Tell us kind of the old sailor's adage about red sky.
Yeah, so the sailor's adage is red sky at night is a sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, sailor's warning.
Huh.
And this was actually the other morning, so we thought we were going to get some rain, and it all cleared up. So it didn't hold true the other day.
That's funny. And then I was talking about the maritime traffic that you showed me, and there's thousands of boats, it looks like. There it is. So each one of those dots of light is a boat, a ship, a vessel, but you've seen one over the last week.
Yeah, and I haven't seen one. It was one of my crewmates who saw one the other night. I haven't seen a boat in probably 9 days.
Wow, that is
So,
wild.
yeah, it just gives you an idea how vast it is. You see all those boats. I mean, there's literally thousands of boats out here, yet you do not see anything. It's pretty wild.
That is wild. All right, let's show the map where you are now, or most recently when you sent us this map. Kind of right out there. Tell us the course and where you are exactly.
Yeah, so we're heading kind of to that point off the tip of Brazil.
Okay.
And then we're heading just north of there, and then we'll start to catch trade winds and currents that kind of move us up South America there, and then kind of up into the Caribbean islands. So we're hoping to pick up speed once we get there. And right now we have a downwind sail, which is really comfortable, but it limits how fast the boat can go.
Oh, okay.
And then once we get up there, we'll have a little bit better trade winds and be able to sail a little bit faster, hopefully.
Wow. Okay. So you sail with the winds as much as possible, but you told us earlier you got a motor if you need it, right?
Yeah, we're trying to average 6 knots, basically 150 nautical miles per day.
Okay.
And that gets us there kind of on our deadline. So if we start falling below 6 knots, then we turn on the engines and we'll motor sail. And we had to do that. There was about a 3-day stint. We didn't have much wind. Today it's blowing great. So it's really blowing out here. It's about 20 knots, which we'll hold about 7 knots with the 20-knot wind going downwind the way we're doing now.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Anything, Ty, that you've learned through the first 15 days that maybe you didn't know or didn't expect, and there wasn't any way to know until you were out there in the middle of the Atlantic?
Yeah, maybe it's not something I didn't know, and didn't experience. And you mentioned today's Good Friday, and I actually posted on my social media today, something about sailing, which is really interesting. I said we're sailing downwind right now, and it's called a parent wind. So let's say you have 10 knots of wind at your back, and you're traveling at 5 knots. The sails only feel 5 knots of wind. And so when you're going downwind, you're very limited in how fast you can go. You can actually go faster when you're going into the wind, because as you go into the wind, you create more wind on the sails. So if you're going into the wind and you have 10 knots and you're going 5 knots, then the sail feels 15 knots. And it's one of those things that doesn't make sense until you're out here and you actually experience it.
Huh.
And we talk about Good Friday, and it's the same thing. Many, many years ago on this Friday, it didn't make sense to the disciples. It didn't make sense to the followers of Christ what was going on, but God had a plan. And so I just relate that as some things in life don't make sense, but God's got a plan. And this is one of them. Is sailing into the wind is faster than sailing downwind.
Yeah. That's a great analogy. That's a great lesson here on Good Friday. And you're going to spend an Easter Sunday like you probably never have before, right?
This is true. Now, my wife's not watching this, but I sent her some candy because every other year I eat all of her candy. So this year she's going to have to eat it all by herself. So she'll have a nice little Easter basket waiting for her that she doesn't have to share with me this year.
Very good. Well, it's great to catch up with you. Thanks for sending the video and the pictures. And I think there was one more piece of video. Brandon, if you can pull that up. What was it? It was the sun at the front of the boat. The sun was setting and the moon was rising at the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was the other day. We had a full moon, and we had the sun setting in front of the boat, and the moon was rising behind us. It was pretty amazing.
That is wild. That is wild. Well, it's a good looking shot out there. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And blessings on you and your crew this Easter weekend. And if you're okay with it, we'll check in with you again about this time next week.
Sounds good. All right. Sick 'em Bears.
All right, Ty. Thank you very much. Ty Atteberry out in the middle of the Atlantic with his boat, the Waymaker. Pretty good analogy there tied to his faith on Good Friday, sailing into the wind. He said you can go faster than sailing with the wind. So sometimes we don't understand. And Good Friday is one of those days. and one of those events that happen that you don't understand, but God certainly has a plan, and that has played out to our benefit. His grace has saved all of us. Thanks to Ty. We appreciate him very much. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll look ahead. We'll wrap things up on this Good Friday from Las Vegas with Baylor basketball, and we'll continue right after this.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatments, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
The reason that their service is outstanding because the people they have working, behind the desk and the folks working out in the garage, taking care of business. And they give you a date, they give you a time, and they're spot on. And they're professional, they take care of it, and they answer all your questions, and they're fun to work with.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
Looking for football talk without the fluff? It's Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell, a former NFL quarterback breaking down the game from the inside, plus real conversations about sports, leadership, life, and everything in between. No hot takes for clicks, just honest analysis, strong opinions, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. Football talk and more, the way it's supposed to be. Subscribe now to Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on YouTube.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And welcome back. Final segment, John Morris Show on a Friday from Las Vegas, here with Baylor men's basketball playing in the Crown. We are brought to you every day of the week by Alliance Bank, Central Texas, and by the Brazos Landing. Appreciate them greatly. Also by Lake Waco Golf Club, a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course, plus an 18-hole executive par 3 course. They have a bar and a grill that is open that out, and you can get more information at lakewacogc.com. lakewacogc.com for the Lake Waco Golf Club. A couple other things to mention. Baylor baseball and softball have their series underway, and a rough start for Baylor softball last night. What a game. Steve Campbell probably tuned in watching right now, and he was there for a 15-inning game last night. Baylor versus Houston. The game went 15 innings. Baylor lost 3-2. Excuse me. And Cambry Kreger pitched the entire 15 innings for the Bears, a total of 250 pitches in the game, 250. And she goes the entire way, but Baylor falls to Houston. 3-2 was the final score there. They will play again today. They've moved the game time up to 3 o'clock today and could play a doubleheader today if necessary to wrap up the series. Apparently rain heavy in the forecast tomorrow. So they'll play today at 3 o'clock at Getterman Stadium, Baylor versus Houston, game 2 of the series, following a 15-inning 3-2 loss by the Bears last night. They are at 5-5 in Big 12 play with that loss. Second longest outing and second longest game in Baylor softball history. The longest, I remember it pretty well, Kristen Vitek pitching against North Carolina in an NCAA regional at Getterman Stadium. I did that game on radio, and it was 16 innings by Kristen Vitek, and Baylor, if I remember right, lost the game 1-0 to North Carolina. Just unbelievable. And the strikeout total was, gosh, I should have looked this up. I think it was 28 strikeouts by Kristen Vitek in that game. Think about that. And yesterday they played a 15-inning game, and Cambry Kreger threw 250 pitches on the day. So that's Baylor softball. They'll wrap up their series with Houston either today and tomorrow, again, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Likewise, baseball has moved their game up with BYU to this afternoon at 3 o'clock at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. That's after a 12-5 win by baseball last night over BYU. Another series opening win for the Bears, and great starting pitching by Lucas Davenport. Went 6 innings, had a career-high 12 strikeouts in the victory. 13-hit attack by the Bears. Brady Janusek led the way. He was a triple shy of hitting for the cycle. He had 4 hits and scored 5 runs in the game for the Bears against BYU. So they will play also this afternoon at 3 o'clock, and I think that is, I don't know if they're thinking about a doubleheader today, but certainly starting earlier would get them in ahead of rain expected in this evening. So that's baseball today versus BYU, 3 o'clock first pitch at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. What else? We talked about the Final Four. The men are in Indianapolis. The women are in Phoenix, and their national semifinal games are actually today. On the women's side, all chalk, all number 1 seeds. The 4 number 1 seeds advance to the Final Four. So the matchups coming up this afternoon: South Carolina versus UConn, and then Texas versus UCLA. So that's the women's Final Four taking place in Phoenix. Those semifinal games are today. And then I think their championship game is Sunday. I don't know the time, but at some point Sunday for the women's national championship game from Phoenix. Baylor women's tennis dropped a tough 4-3 decision to BYU yesterday. Men's tennis, number 9 in the nation, they beat Utah 4-1, and they are scheduled to play, the men now scheduled to play BYU this weekend, the women scheduled to play Utah coming up this weekend as well. So you're caught up on Baylor athletics. Acrobatics and tumbling, they are off to Eugene, Oregon, a matchup with the Oregon Ducks that comes up tomorrow. Acrobatics number 1 in the nation, Oregon number 2 in the nation, and this is the regular season finale. Baylor beat Oregon in Waco earlier this year. Now the return trip to the great Northwest to take on the Ducks coming up tomorrow, and then it's on to the NCATA National Championships for acrobatics and tumbling. All right, you're caught up there. We appreciate Ty Atteberry for being on with us and Kevin Henry for being on with us. Kevin with the Oklahoma basketball broadcast. Let's share some birthdays with you on this Friday, April the 3rd. And our man Rich DeMarco's birthday is today. Rich is the play-by-play voice for the Army Knights. And Rich, his wife is a Baylor grad. So Rich and I have made the connection really through her, but he does a terrific job, and it is Rich's birthday today. Happy birthday to Rich DeMarco. Danny Brabham's birthday today, former outstanding student athlete at Baylor and then coach for a long, long time with Coach Hart. Happy birthday to Danny Brabham. It is Beverly Fallon's birthday today. Beverly, the much better half, I'm going to say much better half of her family with married to Steve Fallon. But happy birthday to Beverly Fallon today. Who else do we have? Gary Vogel's birthday is today. A lot of you I know Gary around Waco. Happy birthday to him. Drew Greenway's birthday is today. Drew is our worship pastor at Harris Creek. So happy birthday to Drew Greenway. Clint Zander's birthday. Coach Zander, happy birthday to you. It is also Margaret Kramer's birthday. Margaret, I think, retired. If you're still going, great. But Margaret worked for many, many years in Castellaw Communications Center on the Baylor campus. And everybody who was on those halls knew and appreciates Margaret Kramer. Happy birthday to her. Kyle Hurd's birthday is today. Talk about a big softball fan. Kyle Hurd is one of those. And it's Colin Pirtle's birthday today. Colin with us in athletic communications. Happy birthday to Colin. Does a terrific job with women's basketball and other sports, and just an all-around great guy. Happy birthday to Colin Pirtle. A couple of others on another list. It's Robert James's birthday, former assistant football coach, long time at Baylor. Happy birthday to Coach James. And I think that's it. I think that's all I've got for today. So happy birthday to all those folks. Really good birthday list on this Friday, April the 3rd. And we do appreciate your being with us. We're going to move out of the way here. Thanks to Brandon and Garrett behind the scenes for making things work. Remember, Baylor versus Oklahoma tomorrow, 12:30 Central Time. Tip-off from here in Las Vegas for the first semifinal game of the college basketball crown. We'll be on the air at noon. Tip-off at 12:30 Central Time for the Bears and the Sooners. The second semifinal will be West Virginia and Creighton. The two winners meet in the championship game coming up on Sunday from the T-Mobile Center here in Las Vegas. Thanks to Kevin Henry for being on with us. Thanks to Ty Atteberry for the great visuals and the check on his trip across the Atlantic. And we do appreciate you being with us. Have a safe and blessed Easter weekend. Be safe. Lord willing, we'll come to you on Monday back in Waco. But we'll talk to you then, and have a great weekend. Thanks again to Brandon and Garrett. It's the John Morris Show from Las Vegas, presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank, Central Texas. Have a great weekend.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
At DeCampley's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. I've been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
Spring has sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.